Lucas Paquetá wants out in January, Spurs are apparently eyeing up Jarrod Bowen, and Nuno's already planning a January rebuild. There's talk of Mason Greenwood and a Brazilian wonderkid from Barcelona, confusion over Nuno's own contract, and the latest update on Ivan Toney. Injuries keep stacking up, but the academy's delivering good news, with new deals for Josh Landers and Mohamedou Kante. And after the Leeds defeat, Matteas Fernandez had a few honest words that fans will actually appreciate. Let's get into it. Let's start with the same old song that we keep on hearing. According to The Times, Lucas Paquetá wants to leave West Ham in the January transfer window. The report, carried by Sky Sports' Paper Talk, says the Brazilian midfielder is ready to move on, which, given our form, won't shock anyone. Let's be honest, he's not been good enough, but he still has that magic in him, and that kind of magic could help us get out of the situation we're in. He's been linked before with Aston Villa, and even Manchester City before that. Betting investigation put things on hold. If he goes, it'll bring in money, sure, but it'd also tear out one of the few bits of creativity left in this side. Right now, the team's desperate for control, goals, and confidence. Losing Paquetá in January could finish what little rhythm's left. And whilst that transfer rumour sounds realistic, a complete opposite type of rumour came out today around Jarrod Bowen. Spanish outlet Fichajes, picked up by Team Talk, claim Tottenham are preparing a bid worth around 60 million euros. That's just over 53 million pounds. Now, Team Talk were quick to say Fichajes isn't the most reliable source and that West Ham are extremely unlikely to sell. Bowen's under contract until 2030, he's captain, top scorer, and the heartbeat of the squad. But in times like these, when results are poor and the club feels fragile, even seeing his name linked away creates panic. Bowen's the one player keeping us afloat right now, so these links, real or not, hit hard among the fan base. While the rumours do the rounds, news came out from Sean Whetstone via an ex-post claiming that Nuno Espirito Santo's already planning for the window ahead. The club insider, who has a strong relationship with David Sullivan, says the manager wants a striker and a midfielder, and specifically a mobile striker and a box-to-box midfielder. It's not hard to see why. We've looked static up front, too slow in the middle, and completely lacking balance between the lines. Nuno knows that to survive this season, he needs pace, power, and legs in midfield. So January's shaping up to be a defining month, one that will show whether the board are serious about backing him or just hoping for luck. That brings us to Mason Greenwood. According to Team Talk, West Ham are one of several clubs monitoring him after his resurgence at Marseille. 21 goals last season, 8 already this campaign, and 4 in one match earlier this month. Spurs and Barcelona are also said to be in the frame, with Barca reportedly leading the race. Now, it's a sensitive topic. Greenwood's got history that divides opinion, and the move would spark major debate. But on football terms alone, he fits the brief. A sharp, pacey forward who can create something from nothing. West Ham need goals and options. The question is whether they take the PR hit to get them. Given the lack of class West Ham has shown in the past, I have no faith they do the right thing. In defense, ESPN Brazil report that West Ham are looking at Brazilian centre-back Alexsandro from Lille. The fee's expected to be around £25 million, and early talks have apparently already taken place. Nuno rates him highly and sees him as a key target for the rebuild. But there's a catch. Alexsandro is pushing for a World Cup spot with Brazil and doesn't want to risk his reputation in a relegation battle. Still, he'd bring much needed composure and power to a defense that's looked shaky all season. If the Hammers can convince him, it'd be a massive step towards stabilizing the backline. Off the pitch, a bit of confusion this week around Nuno's own deal. Claret and Hugh reported that his contract includes a clause saying he wouldn't get any compensation if sacked this season. But ex-West Ham employee quickly denied that, saying it's a normal payoff contract like most Premier League managers have, so we're left with mixed messages. If that clause existed, it'd make sense why some fans thought Nuno was taking risks with team selections, but it's all unconfirmed noise at this point. Either way, it shows just how much uncertainty surrounds everything at the club right now, from top to bottom. Elsewhere, there's another rumour, but this one's for the future. Team Talk say West Ham are keeping tabs on 17-year-old Barcelona midfielder Pedro Dro Fernandez, a player already being compared to a young Andres Iniesta. Journalist Alan Nixon says the Hammers want to move early before his value skyrockets, though he's tied down at Barca until 2027. It's probably unrealistic, but it does hint at some forward thinking. Even in a relegation fight, West Ham still want to show they're scouting properly and planning for the next generation. Now on to Ivan Toney, and this one's been clarified. According to The Athletic's Roshane Thomas, West Ham are indeed targeting a new striker in January, but sources have flat out denied any contact with Al Ahly. Team talk add that Toney's happy in Saudi Arabia and has no plans to move. So, while the name gets clicks, there's nothing in it. The club still want a forward, but the Toney story's gone cold. Nuno's hunt for a striker continues. But let's move on to injuries now, and there's another defensive blow. Ex-West Ham employee confirmed Konstantinos Mavropanos suffered a serious hamstring tear against Brentford. He's expected to miss around 4 to 6 weeks. The Greek defender had quietly been one of the more reliable performers under Nuno. Calm, solid, no fuss. I mean, honestly, how did it get to a point where losing Mavropanos feels like the worst possible thing to happen to our squad? His absence means even fewer options at the back, and with the Christmas schedule coming up, that's the last thing West Ham need. Up top, Niklas Füllkrug's recovery continues. He's been training alone after tearing a muscle bundle during the international break, and according to West Ham Zone, he's still not ready for full team training. The staff are being cautious, no rush, no setbacks. It's frustrating for fans, but with his injury record, it makes sense. When fit, he's supposed to be that physical presence the team's been crying out for. More injury news, and it's unlucky for young Ollie Scholes. The club confirmed he's undergone successful surgery on a fractured collarbone, picked up recently in training. The 19-year-old left-back will now focus on rehab at Rush Green, with hopes of returning in December. It's a shame because he was just starting to make the first team again. Still, a successful operation is good news, and he'll be eager to get back as soon as possible. One positive though, George Urfi is back. Ex-West Ham employee reports the young midfielder has returned to full first-team training and could feature against Newcastle. He's been working hard after his knock earlier this season and will get minutes with the under-21s to build fitness. Urfi impressed in pre-season and offers a bit of flair and energy, exactly what's been missing from the middle of the park. Now for some loan watch. In the Championship, 21-year-old Caelan Casey continues to impress on loan at Swansea City. He played the full 90 in their 3-1 Carabao Cup defeat to Manchester City, no small task against that kind of opposition, and was described as immense despite the result. He's already made 7 appearances this season and is maturing fast. It's the kind of experience that could see him pushing for the first team next year. Moving on, 19-year-old goalkeeper Finn Herrick has been recalled from his loan at Boreham Wood. The club confirmed the move after he kept 6 clean sheets in 11 games, an impressive record at that level. He'll now train with the senior squad, gaining valuable exposure to Premier League intensity and first-team standards. It's another positive sign that Nuno's willing to trust the academy setup when needed. There's also this bit of news too. 18-year-old striker Josh Landers has signed a new contract running until the summer of 2028. He joined from Hibernian, hit double figures for the under-18s, and already has 10 goals for club and country this season. That kind of form hasn't gone unnoticed. And alongside him, 19-year-old midfielder Mohamedou Kante has signed a 6-year extension keeping him at West Ham until 2031. He scored 3 and assisted 2 during his loan at Paris FC last season and said he's proud to extend his stay. Nuno's staff rate him as a future box-to-box option. Big engine, strong physically, still learning tactically. Securing both Landers and Kante long-term shows the club are at least thinking about continuity and youth development amid the chaos. And finally, Matteas Fernandez spoke after the 2-1 defeat to Leeds, and he didn't hide behind excuses. Speaking to the club's media team, he said, "We're not happy about the performance. We need to play more, run more, fight more." He admitted his goal late on wasn't enough and said the whole team has to take responsibility. It's refreshing to hear that honesty from a young player. Fans might not be happy right now, but seeing that attitude gives a small bit of hope that at least some in the squad still care. So that's where things stand. More rumours, more injuries, and more questions heading into another tough week. But with players like Urfi returning, Füllkrug close to fitness, and Nuno pushing for January reinforcements, the next few games will be telling. West Ham remain near the bottom, confidence is low, but the fight's not over yet. If you're finding these updates useful, hit like and subscribe. As always, I'll see you in the next one.